So how do you do it? How do you start a business? It sounds like this wonderful idea. It is very inspiring. Clearly, people are starting businesses every day. You've got teenagers starting businesses in their mom's basement. Like, this is something that obviously is doable. But how? How do you actually start a real business? That is what we're talking about today. Hey everyone, and welcome to Business Bootcamp. I'm Christy, Wright, national best-selling author, certified business coach, keynote speaker, but most of all, your bossy big sister, here to give you the practical steps you want and the tough love truth that you need to succeed. Let's dive in. Now today, we are talking about how to start a business, practically, tactically, and specifically. So if you have an idea or are hoping to come up with an idea, and you want to start your first business or a new business, because I know you serial entrepreneurs, you got a new idea every day, this is the episode for you. So how do you do it? How do you start a real business? You see other people doing it. You know, you've got kids, teenagers starting businesses in their mom's garage, but how do you do it? Literally, what are the steps? How do you start a real successful business? That is what we're talking about today. Now, I can tell you, I have been a certified business coach for 14 years. And in my 14 years of coaching people in business, this is by far one of the most common questions I'm ever asked. How do you do it? How do you start? How do you start? How does this work? Somebody just tell me what to do. It kind of feels like this thing that obviously is possible. Other people are doing it. Other people rave about it, but you don't know the secret to actually doing this thing. It's kind of how I feel about gentle parenting. Sounds nice, really does. I love the word gentle. I would love for our household to be a little more gentle, a little less circus-like. But how, y'all? How? How do you not lose your mind when your kids are driving you crazy, everybody's screaming, and there's peanut butter everywhere? Someone teach me how to be gentle in those moments. I would love to know how. Oh, I can see the comments. I'm just going to get blown up with instructions on gentle parenting after this. But this is how I feel about it. And it may be how you're feeling about starting a business. You just want the steps. You want to know how to do it. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Well, today I'm going to teach you. And guess what? There is some good news for you, friend, because regardless of how overwhelming and intimidating this may have felt in the past, the good news is you only need one thing to get started with your business idea. Are you ready for it? You need a plan. Yeah, that's it. A plan. A simple plan with steps. Think about this, y'all. If you have a plan, you can accomplish almost anything. Think of the things that you have done in your life simply from having a plan. If I think about it, well, I have built a really impressive custom playhouse for my kids, with my husband, of course, but we created a plan and we did that. I ran my first full marathon, multiple half marathons, my next full marathons. I'm training for a half marathon right now. Why? How? Because I have a plan. I have painted kitchen cabinets when I'm not a painter and don't know anything about painting because I got a plan. If you have a plan, you can do almost anything. And today, you're going to get a plan for your business. Now, when I say plan, don't think like Harvard Business School business plan that's 27 pages and full of pretentious words and you can't even read or understand it. It makes you want to scream four-letter words because you're like, what is, no. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about a real plan for a real business that will work in your real life. And good news for you, I love to keep things simple. A good business plan will outline three main things. Number one, the problem your business solves for the marketplace. Number two, who your business serves. And number three, how your business makes money. In fact, you can use my free template to do this. You can download my Get Started Business Plan by going to getstartedbusinessplan.com, and you can follow along in this episode as you fill this out for your business or your business idea. So we're going to walk through these three main areas of your business: the problem your business solves, who your business serves, and how your business makes money. When you know those three pieces of information, y'all, you've got it. You've got it covered and you are on your way to starting a real business. So we're going to walk through the Get Started Business Plan, and we're going to go through these three steps to building a plan for your business, and then you're on your way to creating that successful business. Okay, number one, what problem does your business solve for the marketplace? What is the problem you solve? If you're following along with my Get Started Business Plan from getstartedbusinessplan.com, you can see some space here to write in your answer. And believe it or not, Most entrepreneurs do not know the answer to this question. They don't. They do not understand the importance of the problem that they're solving and how they talk about it. So what problem do you want to solve for the world? What problem do you want to solve for people? What problem do you want to solve in the business space? What are you trying to fix or help or serve? You can boil all of business down to this. Business is solving problems for the marketplace. That's it. So we have to start here. You have to understand what is the problem that you want to solve for your audience, for your customers, for your target market. What is that problem? Why is it a problem? What is going on? Why is it a pain point? Because here's the reality. If you don't know what problem you solve for the marketplace, I guarantee you, they don't know either. If you don't know, they don't know. And if you don't know the problem you solve, then they're not going to know it's a problem or why they should pay you money to solve that problem because you have missed the most important piece of information that you need to know about your business. Here's what's so great about this though. When you take time to think through and brainstorm and strategize and really imagine the problem that you want to solve, when you dial it in, when you define it, and you've got it, you're writing it down in your Get Started business plan, when you have got it, well then you know so many other important pieces of information about your business. It brings clarity to everything when you get this part figured out, which is why we're starting here. See, when you know the problem that you're going to solve, you also know your target audience because your target audience are people that have that problem. You also know your value proposition, your basis for charging, because your value proposition is the fact that you're solving this problem. That's valuable. You're going to charge for it. You also know your marketing language because what are you going to talk about on your landing page, on your podcast, on social media? What are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about how you solve that problem. See how this one piece of information brings clarity to everything else in your business? Everything else in your business hinges on this one main thing. So what is it for you? What problem are you going to solve? You know, many of you have heard me talk about my speaker training courses. I've got a course called Start Getting Booked, how to get booked and paid as a speaker. I've got my signature speaker training course, which is called Stop Winging It, how to face your fear, craft your message, and present like a pro. In both of these courses, which helps average normal people that are not professional speakers learn how to speak and present with confidence to make the impact they want to make. This is a major problem being solved through these courses, and here's why. Y'all, the bar in the speaking world is low. It's so low. You have seen terrible speakers drone on and on and on. You have seen people be awkward. You have seen them fumble with their hands. They don't make eye contact. They ramble. They tell stories that are off base. You have seen it. You have been in the audience. You've been bored to tears. You've seen it. The bar is low, which means the potential for me to help people and solve this problem is huge. I've got all the potential in the world. No one is teaching this, and most people did not learn growing up in middle school, high school, college, how to be a professional communicator. But you have people all day, every day in front of cameras and microphones and podcasts and YouTube being professional speakers, but they don't know what they're doing. So the bar is low. People have never been trained. I am solving a problem with my speaker training courses. That's an example of a major problem in the marketplace, in the world, that I can solve, that I can help people with. What is it for you? What problem do you want to solve? What problem do you want to help people with, or what pain point you want to solve or help? Maybe you are a fitness trainer and you want to help busy moms get fit from home because you know they're too busy to go to a gym. Maybe you're going to solve that problem of busy moms that want to be fit and you want to help them figure out how to fit business into their busy lives. Maybe that's for you. Maybe you're an accountant and you want to help small business owners get their books in order. That's a problem. Let me tell you, entrepreneurs, we're creative. We're a little crazy. We're not in the details. We didn't get into this for the books and the records, which you've probably seen because we've got our receipts crumpled up in the back seat somewhere. Like, it's not great. We need help, okay? If you're an accountant and you want to start a business, solving that problem for small business owners, you want to be their accountant, their bookkeeper, help them get their records in order, that's a problem. That's a great idea. Maybe you're a parenting expert and you want to help parents stop screaming at their kids. Yes, that's a problem. It's hard. It's real hard. I love my kids, and it's also hard not to raise my voice. Maybe you want to help little boys stop missing the toilet so much. Now that business may solve the other problem of the screaming of kids. So you're just solving two problems there. Wonderful. Two birds, one stone. You have endless options of the problems that you can solve in the marketplace. Those are a few examples of service-based businesses. Let's talk about some product-based business ideas of problems you might want to solve. Maybe you want to create cute t-shirts with scripture on them so that Christians can share their faith in a cute, trendy way. That's a problem. They want to share their faith. They need clothes that do that. You're going to create that. Maybe you create beautiful custom art so that homeowners are really proud of the decorations they have. They have custom art on the wall that tells a story that they're proud of. Maybe that's the problem you're solving, is people want custom decorations and art that tells a story. Maybe you create, a hairbrush that does not cause the situation that goes on when mothers brush their daughter's hair, where it should be a special bonding moment, but instead it sounds like an exorcism is occurring. Can you fix that, please? That's a problem. Create a hairbrush that fixes whatever that situation is. The first step in growing a successful business is knowing the problem you want to solve. Whether the problem that you are solving is going to be a business that is necessity, like toothpaste, or a luxury, like custom art, whether it is product-based or service-based or online-based, you need to know the problem that you're going to solve. When you know this piece of information, you will know so many other pieces of information about your business. All right, number 2, who does your business serve? Who's the audience that your business serves? If you're following along in our Get Started Business Plan, you can begin to write this out. When you know the problem that your business solves, you immediately know who your business serves because your business exists to serve people that have that problem. But I want to dig a little deeper with you. I want you to take some time to think this through. Why do they have that problem? How do they talk about their problem? What are their pain points around this problem? So for example, if you're an accountant and you want to start a business offering bookkeeping services to entrepreneurs, you can spend some time here thinking about entrepreneurs. You can even do some basic research to get to know this audience. For example, if you want to do some basic research on entrepreneurs, I think you will find that they are very creative, sometimes a little scattered. They may even have ADHD like me, whether they know it or not. We've got a million ideas a day. We do not have all of our receipts. We are probably disorganized. They cannot tell you the passcode to their accounts for you to log in and manage their accounts because they just reset that passcode every single time they log in, y'all. They don't know what it is and they don't remember. If you show up and you create a business that is serving this audience, you are solving a major problem for them, but you need to know them. So you need to take the time to get to know your target audience. Describe who they are, how they think, how they feel, and then you know who your business is existing to serve. In fact, if you want to take this a step further, you can follow along with my persona template and you can create an entire persona representing your target audience. There was an episode of Business Bootcamp where I went into this in depth. If you want to check out episode 237, and you can even download my free persona template by going to christywright.com/persona. This worksheet will guide you through all types of questions to think about and imagine and describe your ideal customer, which represents your target audience that your business exists to serve. So if you want to build a successful business, you need to know who your business exists to serve. When you know that, you know who you're creating products and services for, you know how to price, you know how to position it, and most of all, you know who to talk to in your marketing. So number 2, you need to know who your business exists to serve. All right, number 3, how does your business make money? This is what defines a business and differentiates it from a hobby. A hobby costs you money. A business makes you money. If you want to start a business and not just have a hobby, it needs to make you money. Now, we're following along with the Get Started Business Plan at getstartedbusinessplan.com, and we're going to walk through understanding how your business can make money. Now, there are a lot of ways to make money in your business. In fact, there are so many options that it can feel a little overwhelming, but I'm going to guide you through it as we walk through this today. You want to have a few income sources ideally. This creates stability in your business. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket where that one thing doesn't work or one client pulls out and the whole bottom drops out of your business. So you do want a few options ideally. You don't want 35 options when you're starting. It's too much to manage. You're going to be spread too thin and it's going to be confusing for your customers. So you don't want just one option and you don't want 35 options, but we are going to start with just a few. And of course, you can always add more options and more sources of revenue as you go and as you grow. So let's talk about it. You are going to charge for what you're providing in your business. Okay, that's the baseline for this. You are going to charge for what you're providing. But how you charge really varies based on what you want to offer. And again, there are a lot of options here. So if you are providing services, for example, you can charge by hour, by week, by month, or by project, or some other way. For example, I have contract employees that I pay by month, a flat fee regardless of the hours. I have other contract employees that I pay hourly. I have other contract employees that I pay based on the project. So different contract employees can decide how they want to charge for their services in doing business with me in my business. The same is true for me. For my Goal Getters Club, all of my members, they pay a monthly fee, regardless of how many sessions we have. Some months we may have more, some we may have less. So regardless of the amount of sessions, my coaching members are paying the same flat fee of $97 a month, regardless of the amount of sessions that we have. Which, by the way, if you want to learn more about the Goal Getters Club and my online coaching group, you can go to christywright.com and check that out. I'm also a professional keynote speaker, so I have a speaking fee. My speaking fee is the same regardless of if my event is in New York or California or Florida. It doesn't matter. I do have a nonprofit rate, but the only variety I have in my speaking fee is nonprofit or for-profit. That's the only change. So it doesn't matter if my keynote presentation is 30 minutes or an hour and a half. My speaking fee is the same. Now, if someone asked me to do a full day workshop, obviously I'm going to charge more for that than I would a 30-minute keynote presentation. But for the most part, my speaking fee is a flat fee based upon me speaking at an event. So there's going to be some variety in how I charge for my products and services in my business, and the same is true for you. So what do you want to do? There's a variety of ways that you can charge for what you're offering the marketplace, and the good news is you can try different ones out. Of course, there are pros and cons to each different arrangement, but you can try something, and if it doesn't work for you, you can always change it later. Whatever you decide, just make sure the scope is clear upfront for you and the customer so that everyone's on the same page for the services you're providing and what you're going to get paid for it. So if you're in a service-based business, you've got some options. If you're in a product-based business, it's a little bit more clear-cut. You're probably just going to take the cost that you have in that product, whether it's the cost that you pay from purchasing it wholesale or the cost of goods that you have in it from the materials and whatever you're making, and you're going to mark it up. A good rule of thumb for product-based businesses is that you mark it up at least 50%, but the higher the markup, the better, because that means more profit margin for you, which is good. You just don't want to price so high that people don't buy from you or you're out of range and out of what the market will bear and so on. By the way, if you want to go deeper on this subject of pricing for your products and services in your business, I did an entire episode of Business Bootcamp on pricing for your business. You can check that out. That is episode 231 here on Business Bootcamp. And I walk you through exactly the questions you need to ask yourself to come up with the perfect price for your business. I also created a free pricing guide that walks you through these notes and these questions, and you can find that at christywright.com/free, where I've got all of my free resources for you to check out in one place. So once you know how your business is going to make money, here's the great news. You are ready to set your prices, and you are ready to start creating and offering and launching. Believe it or not, you are ready. But you've got to know how your business is going to make money first. All right, so this is your Get Started business plan. You know the problem your business is going to solve for the market. You know who your business serves, and you know how your business is going to make money. You really are ready to start your business. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not ready. I know you don't feel ready, but let me remind you, ready is a myth. Most entrepreneurs start before they're ready, and you're going to learn the most by doing, so get out there and get moving. I know you think you've got to have permission, you've got to have it perfect, you've got to get everything up and going. I'm telling you, you don't. You could start your business tomorrow with nothing more than your idea and your Facebook page. You could be that accountant I'm describing, and you put a post on Facebook and you say, hey guys, I'm so excited. I'm going to start a small business serving small businesses as an accountant with bookkeeping services. If you are interested, send me a direct message or comment below. If you do that, one post, on one day, on the page you already have, offering services with skills and experience you already have, here's what's going to happen. Someone's going to be interested. They're going to send you a direct message. They're going to send you an email, and they are going to want to do business with you. And you are going to go, oh my gosh, it's working. I'm doing it. Yes, you are. So much of business is just being willing to put yourself out there. And I know it's scary and vulnerable and you get all weird and squirmy about it. I don't know. Let me tell you, just hit publish. Put the post out there, tell people what you're doing, and then watch how the momentum carries you every step of the way. All right, y'all, that's it for this week. Don't forget to download your Get Started Business Plan at getstartedbusinessplan.com. And be sure to follow this podcast channel and share this episode on social media so other people can get the hope and help in starting their business as well. And then tune in here next Tuesday for another new episode of Business Bootcamp. I'm Christy Wright, and I'll see you then.